Hello everybody and welcome to Christmas Supermarket Simulator. I've actually taken shelter in the supermarket because outside it is blowing a gale. Listen to that. It is absolutely coming down. There's a blizzard outside. No wonder there's nobody at this Christmas market. Terrible weather outside. Let's hope we can get inside, where the first thing you may notice is the checkout has gigantic screens. I mean, look at the size of these screens. There are a few issues with these. I will go through a few issues I've found in this game. I've only had like a 10-minute play of this, but I've found quite a few issues, unfortunately, that I will discuss over the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. But yeah, the size of these screens, it's good because you can see, but it is like, wow, look at the size of these screens. Anyway, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is put some stuff on our shelves. I'm just going to talk through the computer because this is quite decent. There's a lot of stuff here. So in the licenses section, if it will let me click it, apparently it won't. Let me just click back on. Will it now let me click it? It will not. There we go. So I think I was clicking the whole thing. I think I was moving the whole thing there. Yeah, there's plenty of licenses. So we've already got daily meals. There's also, I guess, some sweets here as well. And lots of other things. Convenience food, toys, canned food, functional furniture, which I believe is the shelving, which we now own because I've just purchased it accidentally there. Shelving, checkout, storage shelving, trash can, all of that kind of stuff. Cleaning products and drinks. So we've got all of that now, and then obviously it goes into the store. So we can now buy ourselves a trash can, which is handy actually, because you do have to keep going outside to drop all the stuff off. So I'm actually going to purchase that, along with a box of tea. That'll do us for now. Right, so everything gets dropped off next door. So I'll get the trash can first, because that will be handy. This is not a style of trash can that I was expecting, but we shall place it there anyway and throw the box into it. I thought that would be a much smaller trash can, not one for outdoors, but it is better because otherwise you have to run outside all the way over there all the time, so it's much better just to do that. Let's place these on the shelves. We'll get some more items later on. We'll set this at, we'll go 5. I think we'll go $1 over on everything. We'll be fine. Let's open up. I think it's raining now, isn't it? Yep, certainly is. Absolutely chucking it down. So we're having lots of different weather. Strong wind, strong snow, bit of rain. The screen is freezing up as I'm standing here, so it must be quite cold as well. But it's quite a nice Christmas market. We'll go for a little walk round once we finish the day, because the clock does not stop in the top left. As soon as you start a day, it's just always running. So we'll go, it stops about 10 p.m. We can go for a walk around then, and we're not going to miss any customers. So this brings me on to one of the first issues of the game. So if you're standing here, ready to serve, you can't see your customers because your screen is too big. Like, you can't talk to them or anything because they're just always hidden away. And then when you take the object, now, if this pings open, that means they're paying cash. If it doesn't, they're paying card. Because there is no way of knowing because you can't see them. You can't see that person there. Like when we take this, put this through, I've now got stuck in the cash register drawer, but you can't see if she's offering you some money or holding a card out. There's a little symbol that comes above their head that tells you, but from this angle, you can't see your customers because the screen is so gigantic. I like the screen in the fact that it's large and at eye level, which is very rare in these games, to be fair. Having something at eye level, very rare. You very rarely get to... Usually you're having to look down for change and you can't see what you're getting. Not here. You can see everything. I like that, but what I don't like is the fact I can't see my customers or my store because of the gigantic screen that's in the way. Second issue, you can play this game with music. It's full of like Christmassy jingles and all sorts of stuff that I can't play on YouTube because I'll probably get copyright. So there's not even a point. I'm guessing that might be too expensive for him. Possibly. Yeah, there's no point me even going through them, but they're quite nice. They're just Christmassy sounds that play throughout the game. If you were playing this non-YouTube, yeah, it's quite nice to listen to. But without the music, deathly quiet. There's not a lot going on. You hear the weather occasionally when the wind picks up and you might hear it rain, but you don't hear anything else. You hear your footsteps. There's no noise for putting stuff on the shelves. And there is no noise for putting it through here. I don't mind if it's not like beeping like crazy, because sometimes that does get annoying. But there's no noise whatsoever. There's no noise when the cash drawer opens. Your customers don't make any noise. They don't say hello. Nothing. Complete silence. The only noise in the game, unless you play it with music playing, is the wind noise out here, which is, again, pretty violent, the storm. But that's it. That's the only noise you get in the game. So, yeah, just a little thing there. It would be nice if there was a bit more noise. Let's get some coffee, because we are still open for a couple more hours, I think. Yeah, just a little bit of ambient noise in here would be good. But like I say, for most people, maybe that's not going to be an issue. Should we try 9 for this? Let's try 9. Yeah, for most people, it might not even be an issue, because if you're playing this with music, you wouldn't necessarily hear all of the stuff that's missing, I suppose, anyway. You'd just be listening to the music and just playing along with music, so it's probably fine. But just having some sort of noise here would be good. Because also, when the weather stops, it's just silence. There's no noise whatsoever. You can't hear people. It'd be nice if you could hear people at the Christmas market, wouldn't it? Like in the distance, you can hear people talking and kids laughing and stuff like that, and just general chatter. But there's nothing. And even from your customers, I mean, now, for example, there's nothing. It's completely dead. No noise whatsoever. And yes, as I said, you could be playing this game listening to the music. But I've heard people in the comments that say they turn music off as well. That even, you know, just playing the game normally. They don't always want the music playing. So to rely on that for the only audio in the game, yeah. It doesn't work for me as the creator, but I'm not sure it works for everybody either, because not everybody wants to listen to the music. So, and if you don't, it is a very quiet game. So that's one thing to note. Right, I think this will be our final customer. And then we will go for a little walk around the Christmas market, which sadly, I don't know if this will change. So I'm playing this. This game, by the time you're watching this, is either come out or is about to come out, but most likely has come out. It comes out on the 10th of December. So I'm playing this. I got sent a key to this before that. I'm not playing this, only playing this a day or so before release. But yeah, so it might have changed. There might be like a day one patch that adds a few sounds, that adds a few different things into the game. But when I'm playing it, that's not been the case. So, but it would also be nice if a few more people got added out here. This place is dead. This is a Christmas market. So on the build up to Christmas, this would be packed full of people, wouldn't it? It just feels dead. I love the effort. I love the, like, all of the bits and pieces around here, and the general map looks great. But where is everybody? Like, it's dead. Yeah, you get a few people walking around that are either coming to your store or they just walk by. You get the odd person walking around, but that's it. Where is everybody? This is a Christmas market. It should be packed here. Even if, and I don't think, it'd be nice if all of these things became active as well. Like if all of these things were able to be used by the player, like you could purchase the donut stand or something and either work over here or get an employee over here. All of that stuff, maybe that will come in. I don't know. To be fair, that could be coming in. That would be great if it did. But yeah, it'd be nice if you just had like two people, even if they never moved. There's a person there, sat there, person sat there, somebody serving. And so as you walk through, not that you're going to do this very often, you're going to be working in your store all the time, but just as you walk through, it's got that kind of, wow, look at this. There's people going around on the rides. There's people standing here getting a drink. The only person here is a robot, which seems to have they do have a sign above their head to suggest that maybe they do serve, but I have no idea. But yeah, if you just have people standing here throwing darts at that, for example, or sat here getting a hot dog, even if they never really get the hot dog, it just gives that impression that they are, and it just gives it more of a filled-in feel. Particularly if things are moving as well. Like if this is going round and making a bit of noise. I mean, obviously, if it's music, I wouldn't be able to get too close for YouTube, but in, you know, just playing it off YouTube, that would be great, wouldn't it? If that's going around with its usual noise and it feels and sounds like a Christmas market. But yeah, but otherwise, it looks great. I mean, I will say, it looks great, and I really like the Christmas market. It just doesn't feel as lived in as I expected it to feel when I first saw it. I thought, wow, look at this. Because I hadn't started the day at that point, thinking, oh, wow, I bet that fills up during the day. But no, it doesn't. Anyway, back to our silent supermarket. So yeah, the main gripes are the big screen means you can't see your customers, and the lack of audio are the main gripes. That's a minor one, to be honest. I mean, I would like it, but as I say, you're probably going to spend most of your time in here anyway. Let's be honest. You're not going to spend your time walking around out there. It would just be nice if it was a bit more lived in. But the fact it isn't that much of a big deal because you will spend a lot of time in here. Okay, I've got $138. It's best to get all of your restocking done at the end of a day because as soon as you get into the next day, that's it. The clock starts and that's you're on your way. So get everything done the night before. Don't wait till the morning. So, coffee, we have got some still, have we? We've still got some coffee on the shelf. So I'm going to leave the coffee. We'll get some black tea, I think. And then we'll get some green tea maybe, or some different coffee. Might get some green tea as well. Hope I can't afford the green tea. Didn't realize that was so expensive. Wasn't reading that properly. Let's get some hibiscus tea then. That should do us. At least it's $10. Gives us a couple more things on sale. So it's times like now you realize how quiet the game is. Which I suppose, you know, at the end of a day or something, late at night, it would be quite quiet in store, but just because there's no noise for what you're doing, feels extra quiet. Right, it's black tea. We'll go $6. This one will go... Should we try 7 for the hibiscus and see if they pay it? Right, let's skip to the next day. 152 made. We spent quite a bit of money because obviously we bought a lot of stuff at the beginning. Right, so we're open and ready to go. Unlike the Christmas market. See what I mean? If it just felt alive now, it would be a lot better, wouldn't it? Oh, we've got a customer pinged into existence. Another customer already in store. That's because behind this locked wall that I can't access, we've got a door just there and a door just there. So people keep coming in from the side of the supermarket, even though we've not unlocked that side yet. Right, do you want $1 change? You would like to pay by card, 15. Also, the enter key doesn't work there. At least it doesn't for me. So you can type it on your numpad, but then you have to still click the green tick. It'd be nice if that was an enter key. Right, I think they're purchasing things, aren't they? I think if they don't like it, they just have a red X above their head. And then don't purchase. He's bought all the coffee. We'll get some more coffee. So we can have an employee as well. So we will test that out, hopefully, during the course of this day. They're not that expensive, and you do make quite a bit of money in this. From a casual play so far, you do make, because people buy in high quantity, you actually do make a reasonable amount of money. So we can have an employee pretty soon to see how the employee works. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Still fine for everything. We could get the employee now, actually. To be honest, let's serve you. I'm stuck in the register. That happens quite a bit, actually. If you stand too close, you get stuck in the register. Okay, let's go for the employee then. So this is the rest of the tabs. So we've been through licenses and store already. This is the improvements. So we can get some Christmas decorations to add in, as well as move the wall to have a bigger store and do some advertising. Bills, self-explanatory. They're all your bills. They're all here. And this is where you come to pay them. Staff. So we can get Dan, the cashier, for 24 or Stephanie for 45. Now, they've got different traits. So Dan is cheaper than most, but is slow and has a speed of 3 overall. Stephanie has a good solid 6. So we'll have Stephanie. Looks like you can have dailies. So I think these are... What is this daily about? So I think these are permanent staff, and that's a daily staff member. Possibly. I get the feeling that's the case. Like, you can just have somebody for a day, and they'll just disappear at the end. So, like, if you need some relief, maybe you could click the daily. That's got to be it, isn't it? That's got to be like a relief cashier. So for, I don't know, for $36, if you need a cashier urgently, John will come in and do it for a day, but you don't have him on retainer, whereas these guys you have on retainer, I'm guessing. Shelf stocker, we'll have a look at a shelf stocker as well. Should we have a look at a shelf stocker now? We might as well, to be honest. Got cashier, so we will, to get a shelf stocker, we have to have, say, Abby anyway, the 1 day hire. Although I can't actually... It's a bit... This is not working very well, this PC. The PC is no longer working. Yeah, it feels like the game is not really ready to me. Now, this is pre-release. By the time you play this, it may be better. As I say, I'm playing this before it releases. I can only play what I have to play. This is what I've been given to play, so I can only test out what I've got. If it's improved or changed in the time since, then fair enough. But aha, here we go. We can now hire. We now have a show. Oh no, you bring them over. Wait, what happened there? No, we did hire her. We did. I don't know what this daily is about. I probably is, like I said. So we do have a shelf stocker now. So if I then purchase some goods, it keeps kicking me out of the PC as well. You see how it steps back there? That's not me. That's the PC just stepping back. Let's just buy some of those. And let's see if our shelf stocker will do it. You don't look like an Abby, but can you get to work, please? Okay. We do have the stuff here. And I bought the same products, and they kind of need stocking. Abby? Yeah, you see, this is there's a problem with the shelf stocker. Abby's not doing any work. Okay. So yeah, it's like I say, it may have changed by the time you play the game. It may not have done, but it may have changed by the time you play the game. But at least for me at the moment, there's a few bugs. And yeah, the silence of the store, I don't want to say it puts me off playing, but it gets very close to doing that, to be honest. Not having the ambient noise of a store, or anything really. Not having any ambient noise. Even if it was just hearing cars driving past, or people outside doing the shopping, just having a chat as they're walking down the road. Anything like that. I like games with ambient noise. Makes a big difference to me. And I know I'm playing this without music, and most people might play with the music, so you wouldn't notice it. But as I said, not everybody plays with music, and I know there's people that have left comments for me before and said, yeah, I don't... Is that to go on here, do you think, for Abby to work? I wonder. But yeah, people have messaged me before and said that they don't play with music as well. Right, if I take some stuff off, what was that in there? That is... tea, isn't it? Hibiscus tea. If we take some hibiscus tea off the shelving here, I like the fact you can configure a shelf. That's good. And you can untick and tick things so that they're not going to get used. Aha! Abby is moving. Abby didn't get very far, but Abby is moving. Abby is moving still. Abby is going... Yeah, so everything has to be on there. So everything gets delivered just here, but has to go on there to be used. And then... Wait, were you trying to scare it or something? What's going on here? And why do you keep walking outside? We've got a door straight through to the store. And then you stock it. And it comes very slowly from somewhere else. And then you get stuck again. Stop trying to scare the customers. He moves like Frankenstein's monster, doesn't he? He looks like we've made him out the back somewhere. He's like our android or something. I don't know what's going on here. Our other staff member has just left as well. Didn't even get to the end of the day. And she's gone. She didn't even finish serving the customers. I think she'd finish serving before walking away, wouldn't you? guess we'll finish the last. And I think we'll leave it here because it's a little bit bugged, isn't it? What do you want? $3 change? Sorry about that, sir. I was getting confused. Yeah, so things I don't like so much, the big screen blocking all the customers, the lack of noise, the lack of life out there, the restocker doesn't work very well. Otherwise, there is a good base here, to be fair. I like the fact that there's probably going to be an awful lot of products in the game based on the fact that the first pack came with that many. There's probably a lot of stuff in the game. I like the Christmas theme as well. I like a Christmas game. It's quite nice, even though you're probably only going to play this for about a month, aren't you? Let's be honest. You're only going to play this till probably the end of December, and then you'll probably leave it. So it'd be nice if maybe it develops in future and becomes a season game. So maybe this turns into a regular marketplace throughout the rest of the year, and it's just a regular market with normal market traders. And then every time the game, every time you get to like November in real life or something, the game goes into Christmas mode for 2 months and you get this kind of Christmas look. That could be a future for this game. So there's some nice things, there's some nice ideas, but I don't think it's quite ready just yet, at least not for me. But if you are interested, it is out probably when you're watching this video. It came out on the 10th of December, which is a few days after I've recorded the video. So hopefully a few of the issues have been solved by then. So feel free to check it out if you would like. But from now, I think we're done with the video. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a like. Consider subscribing to and joining the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you for another video very soon.